The history of medieval. The early medieval is regarded as the true dark ages where barbarism and ignorance prevailed, while in the high Middle Ages saw Western Europe slowly began to crawl out of endless warring as population grew and shared Christian identity gave some unity of purposes. While in the late Middle Ages saw progress speed up as thinkers continued to work scholasticism, adding the philosophy underpinning science. The late Middle Ages made sophisticated observation and theories that were sadly suppressed by the work of later scientists.
So hello everyone, my name is Shanice Arsina Sila and I'm going to report the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages. After the fall of Rome, the Catholic Church became the most powerful institution of the medieval period. Ordinary people across Europe had to give 10% of their earnings each year to the church. Reasons why the church played a major part of their everyday life. But in the 20th century, the church rule has diminished. It no longer has the power that it used to have. Television now has become more powerful than the church.
So, hi everyone, my name is Axel Balahad and I'm going to present about the rise of Islam during Middle Ages. Um, for centuries, non-European culture continues to make advancement of science and technology. One of this non-European culture is the Islam, where in the fall of Roman Empire is the rise of Islamic world. Islamic world uses this opportunity to step up their game in advancement of different technology, from military technology. From military weapons like guns and swords to agricultural inventions like presses and water pumps, down to urban inventions. At the end of it, Islamic world contributes a lot of different inventions during Middle Ages that makes the life of people easier.
I am going to report the Crusades in the Middle Ages. Toward the end of the 11th century, the Catholic Church began to authorize military expeditions or crusades to expel Muslim infidels from the Holy Land. Apparently, no one won the crusades. In fact, there are thousands of people lost their lives. Many of these technological innovations are the following: armor, fortifications and casks, arrow slits, grenades and firepots, gunpowder, rocket technology, recurve bow, and siege engine. In the end, both sides learned from their experiences in war, thus many new inventions emerged which can be used in the modern world of war today.
In the Middle Ages, building cathedrals was a way to show devotion to the church. When we hear of the word building, it either pertains to the construction of a structure or the structure itself. To put up a building, architecture and engineering are necessary. Architecture is the science and art of designing buildings and structures. In the medieval period, there are two architectural styles, the Romanesque and the Gothic. Shown here is the differences between the two styles. In building cathedrals, medieval building technology was employed. The materials they used were cut stone and lime mortar. Most of the work was also done by hand with hammer and chisel. This is an example of a Romanesque style, while this is an example of a Gothic style. Both are very different in overall appearance, with Romanesque seeming heavy and dark, while Gothic seeming light and fancy. Despite of their differences, both styles are reflected in the medieval period.
Hello everyone, I am Hanife Golani and I'm here to present the Black Death of Middle Ages. The Black Death was a devastating global epidemic of bubonic plague that struck Europe and Asia in the mid-30s. The plague started in Europe in October 1347. Symptoms of the Black Death included fever, chills, vomiting, diarrhea, terrible aches and pain, and then death. Some people of the Middle Ages believed the plague was a divine punishment for sin. To obtain forgiveness, some people became flagellants. Thousands of Jews were murdered between 1348 and 1349, while others fled to less populated areas of Eastern Europe. Today, scientists know the plague was caused by a bacillus called Yersinia pestis. The Black Death epidemic had run its course by the early 1350s, but the plague reappeared every few generations for centuries.
Technology in Middle Age. Mechanical clock first completed in China and appeared in Europe during the 13th century. Printing press first appeared in China but mechanized in Europe. Gunpowder. Roger Bacon, first European, described the process. He got his formula from Chinese sources. The head mills first appeared in Ireland and the Fleet River. Heavy plow started around 6th century. Plow were unable to break the heavier soil. Hourglass invented by a French book, the most reliable choice for sailors used to mark the passage time. Installation comes from Babylon and date back to the 4th millennium before Christ. Blast furnace used to produce iron and metals. Spinning wheels invented in India reached Europe. Paper money intended to replace the need to carry around quantities of metals.
The Middle Ages economics and society. In medieval Europe, rural lifestyle was ruled by a way of means of a device Europeans called feudalism. In a feudal society, the king granted big portion of land known as fiefs to noblemen and bishops. Landless peasants, referred to as serfs, did maximum of the painting at the fiefs. They planted and harvested plants and gave maximum of the produce to the landowner in trade for their labor. They had been allowed to stay at the land.